Hello fabulous DIYers, it's Daniela Tabois here, and in this episode I'm going to show you how to add a fishtail extension to any gown you create. So if you're interested in learning how to do this, let's begin. So here is my mermaid gown. If you haven't seen this tutorial on how to drape this and how I created the whole thing from draping to fitting because it fits me, I will link the videos in this video, basically showing you the steps on how to drape and then fit for yourself. Now, as you can see, that the bottom of the gown is pretty wide, but you know, it could go wider. So it has an extra tail because it's within the dress. But what I want to do now is create a fishtail that is separate. So now it can be extremely long. Now this piece, I want to add it on, and it could be any fabrication I choose depending on what style and how I want to finish the bottom. So in order for us to do that, or in order for me to do that, I have to trim away the fishtail and add in another piece. I'm going to decide where I want the fishtail to start. It can start from here. You can do it, you can choose to do it right here and right here. So what we're going to do is this back panel of my pattern has to be trimmed away into a V shape. So it has to come into a V going this way. So I'm going to mark off, maybe I'm going to, this is round the butt. Maybe I'll do it from right here. Maybe right here. So I'm going to mark here. This is where I want my fishtail to start. And then I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to take some of this off. Or maybe I should bring it here. So here's a fishtail placement where I want it to start. And then I'm going to draw a line, and it will end where the mark towards the back is. And I'm going to just take a ruler to angle it off like this from that point. Now I was going to do it up to here, but I decided I'm going to do it right here instead. So I want to see a little bit of the back panel. Okay, so this piece is removed. So now we're going to have to create the fishtail to go back in here. I'm going to measure from the point all the way to the hem, and this is supposed to give me the measurement to create a right angle triangular circle. So that way we can create the insert, which is like a godet actually. So I'm just going to measure this out, and mine is 43 inches. I ran out of muslin, so we're going to use this fabric instead, and also you'll be able to see it much better when I create the insert. So what it is that we have to take the measurement that I took from the side and apply it onto here. So the fabric is best to be on the fold, and if you have like a really wide fabric, you can go as long as you want because of the yardage. So instead of you going along the selvage, like folding the fabric on the fold, selvage to selvage, you would basically fold the fabric along the selvage, and you use the width of the fabric to get the length that you want. Depending on how wide you want to go, I won't be able to go as wide as like a half circle. I'm going to have to have a angular type of triangle instead, and just use the fold line to create the length of the fishtail. I'm going to start here at the corner of the fabric because it's just a triangle, and I'm going to come across to the length that I measured previously, and it was a 43. So I'm going to come from the corner and measure across all the way to the edge of the fabric because I want it as wide as possible. So here's my 43, and that's what I'm going to mark off. Let me just go ahead and mark that. So this is where I'm going to be creating my first mark and line it up with my ruler. Okay, so this is the line that's going to be connected to the back panel of the dress. Now from here is when I decide how long I want my fishtail to be. So I can bring it all the way down to the end of this fabric, bring this and curve it to the end of the fold line. You just want to make it more rounded. So once you round it off that area, it's time for you to cut it out. And again, the more wider you go from the seam of the back, the wider your circle will be. And now from the corner of the fabric here, I'm going to cut it straight across. And this is what it will look like. So it's like a triangle point at the top, and then when you open it, see, it'll look like a fishtail. I know you can't really see the whole thing, but this will be the fishtail. So you can put like lace at the edge and around. So now I'm going to insert the side seam back into my gown. So here's the back once again. And from the point, since I don't have the back here, I'm going to go ahead. You just want to take this part and just pin it against here. All the way to the end where this meets and finish. So I'm going to pin that and then show you what it looks like. I'm going to stitch right here and then take it all the way down to that end of the side seam, down to the end of detail right here. So this is it stitched, and this is the other side, so it will look like this on the outside. See how it's turning into a triangle? So the other piece of the back, you would connect it right here to finish it off. So I went ahead and did the other side of the center back, so I can go ahead and connect it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So here is it pinned, and all I'm going to do is start from that same point from here and start stitching it down the other side of the center back. Now that I have both sides stitched, you can see that it's a triangle, so it's kind of like a godet. This is the center back of the dress. I'm just going to sew it shut. So here is the opening, and all I'm going to do is just sew it close where it begins here at the point and all the way up. So this is what it looked like from the inside, and this is what it looked like from the outside. Now here is the final result of the fishtail. As you can see, it's very extravagant. It can be made in any fabric you choose. The options are endless, and if you are very creative, you can come up with some great ideas to use this. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know down in the comments, how would you use this fishtail detail? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.